But I love, once that, you know, I'm one of those individuals that once I go into an evening person, so I do a lot of evening workouts, but once I do a morning session, it's cool. I do like it. We're going to start on our back. Go ahead and get your feet grounded onto the mat. Spread through the toes. Sit up really tall here. And I want you to lift up through your chest and just connect to your sit bones. Have your band kind of close by your mat so you can grab it. And we're just going to warm up our spine just a tad. Now holding on to the back of the legs, you're going to pull that navel into the spine, and we're going to sit really tall, and we're going to exhale. We're going to tuck in and just round a little bit to a cat stretch. Hold on to the back of the hamstrings, roll up, and then sit up tall, lifting through your heart and the crown of your head. So inhale here, lifting up through the heart and the chest. Exhale. We're going to go ahead and roll all the way down. So take your time. Very good. So let's take our band and let's work into the legs a little bit. So we're going to take the right knee into your chest. I'm going to go ahead and try to mirror you here. So take the band up, hold on to the band with both hands. And this is where I'd like you, once you have your hands on the band, you are welcome to separate your hands and elbows resting to the floor. Or if you feel like you've got a better grip on the leg, you can just walk the hands up the band and hold. Doesn't matter, really. It's just what is the most comfortable for you. So taking and talking about joints, we're going to work through the ankle joint. So let's point the toe away and flex. Good. Point and flex. Point and flex. Good. Point and flex. Point and flex. So working through the ankle joint, those small little bones in the ankle, so important. So here's last two and last one. So point the toe. Now we want to come into the leg circle, and what's controlling the leg circle is, of course, our core. So pull the navel towards the spine, take the foot across the midline, and circle it around for 8. Good. Circle for 7. Here's 6 and 5. So you really don't want the hips rocking. You want to keep them really still. So here's 3. Good job. Here's 2. And one more. You're going to circle around and pause. Take a nice big deep breath. Let's bring the leg out and circle around for 8. Beautiful. Bring it out. Here's 7. Good. 6 and 5. Here's 4 and 3. Very good. Here's 2 and 1. Nice work. So I'm going to have you come back into your flex foot position. Just, walking the hands up a little bit. See if we can just take a small, just get a little more stretch here through the back of the leg and the hamstring. Very good. So I'd like to do a little flow, as much as we can flow in mat Pilates. But we're just going to open the leg out to the side with an inhale, and we're going to exhale, and we're going to cross the leg over. So we start to move into stretching the outer thigh IT band. So hold on to the strap with one hand or both. So you're going to inhale, open. Exhale, pull the belly in. Grab the strap with the opposite hand and go across. Big toe is rotated down. So inhale, open. Good. Exhale, come across. IT band stretch. Good. Inhale and open. Good. Exhale, draw the leg across. Good. 4 more. Inhale and open. Exhale and come across. And last one. Inhale and open. Exhale and cross. And just hold. Rotating the big toe down. Good. You can rest the arm across the mat, palms are down. You can close your eyes and just really just kind of scan through the outer hip and the IT band all the way. You might feel this up into your calf. Sometimes if the calf is real tight, that might be the area that you feel it. And we'll take another full breath. As you exhale out, let's bend your knee. Let's come into our upside down 4. So we're going to take our band off to the side for a moment. Some of us may choose to stay here where we're just gently pushing into the inner thigh and drawing that knee away from the body so that we feel the stretch. Most of us may choose to wrap the hands around the hamstring. We want to see if we can get the shoulders to relax down. And if you need to, you can always put like a blanket or a little pillow under the head just to keep the neck long, that cervical nod. And we'll take 2 more breaths. Very good. 1 more inhalation. Now as you exhale, let's release both feet down to the mat. Good. And then we're going to bring the opposite knee into our chest. And just take the band. We'll wrap it around the toes. And you're going to push that heel up. Flex the foot so that the toes, you feel like the toes are dropping down towards you. And you can hold the band with one or both hands, or you can open the arms out to the side. Either way works for me, whatever's the best for you and your body this morning. So we're gonna come into our ankle joint. So you're gonna point and flex. Point and flex. Oh, those feel so good. So point and flex. Good. Point and flex. 4 more. So no matter what activity you like to do, like if you like to walk, you know, or if you play tennis, golf, you know, or you just want to chase your grandkids around, you know, you really you want to stay really mobile, right? So this ankle joint gets ignored a lot, but until we strain it or do something. So very nice little movement here. So we do 1 more. So point and flex. Very good. So we come into our leg circle. We'll lubricate that hip joint. So you're going to point the toe up towards the ceiling. Keep the belly strong. You're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, bring the foot across the midline and circle it around for 8. Good. Bring it across. Circle for 7. Here's 6. And 5. Good. 4. And 3. Good. Here's 2. And 1. Now you're going to pause, keeping that belly firm. Take an inhale. As you exhale, take the leg out. Circle in towards the knee for 8. Good. Here's 7 and 6. It's 5. Good. 4. Always feels like the other leg doesn't want to cooperate as much as the other side if you're right dominant. Here's 3. Good. 2. And just one more. Circle it around. Beautiful. Let's flex that foot again. Let's work a little bit more on flexibility. So taking the leg out to the side, scooping, pulling the belly in, very slowly draw it in, abs are engaged, grab the band with the opposite hand and come across. So inhale to center, exhale, open, inhale back up, exhale into the stretch. Good. Leg comes up, and now open out to the side, inner thigh. Pull that belly in, grab the band, and bring the foot across. Good, just a few more. Inhale to the center, exhale and open. Good, come back to center. And let's move it across. And last one, inhale to the center, exhale and open. Good, inhale back up. And now come across to the side. Beautiful. Then we're going to bend. Let's hold this IT band stretch just for a few breaths. Reach the opposite arm across the floor. You can turn your head away. Let's get that neck stretch. We didn't do that on the other side, but take at least 3 full breaths. Good. Bend your right knee. Come into your upside down 4. Go ahead and move the band off to the side. If you'd like, you're going to gently draw that leg away. So just maybe palm of the hand in that inner thigh. Some of us will choose to lift the knee and come into our hip stretch this way. A little more intensity in the piriformis or the gluteus, the maximus, gluteus maximus. Some of you may wrap the hand around the shin. You know, whatever feels the best for you and your body this morning. And taking some deep breaths. Very good. So you're going to take both knees into your chest. We're going to grab our band and take it around both of our feet. So around the big toes, pinky toe. Take your band and just, make it easy on yourself. Even out the band. Grab the band between the thumb and the index. You might have a little tail there. You're going to drop the elbows down. Now we're going to send the legs straight up. And bend the knees. Take an inhale as you exhale, engage in the abs, straighten the legs up. Good, bend your knees. And straighten the legs. Good, bend the knees. And just one more time, straighten the legs. And bend the knees. Good, taking the legs straight up towards the ceiling. We're going to do heel lowers. You're going to keep your elbows anchored and your belly super strong. You're going to flex your feet, lower, that was easy for me to say, lower your heels just a little bit, point and lift the legs up. Good. So flex just a quarter of the way down. Engage, point and lift. Flex and lower. Good. Point and lift. Flex and lower, point and lift. 4 more. Flex and lower. Good. Point and lift. Flex and lower. Point Last two, flex and lower. Point and lift. And last one, flex and lower. Good. Point and lift. Bend your knees. Good job. Take your band. And let's get into our classic Pilates exercises. So either you fold your band in half if you like, if it's long, if it's not that long, just go ahead, have a little bit of a tail on each side. You're going to bring your arms into sleepwalk position, and we're going to do single leg stretch. You're going to inhale to prepare. Some of you are going to keep your head and shoulders on the mat and just bring the band a little, over the shin. Otherwise, you're going to scoop. Take an inhale, exhale, lift, and have the band touching your shin. And that's your start and end point. You're going to send the right leg out for 8 and 7. Here's 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's 8 and 7, 6 and 5. Here's 4, 3. If you want, rest your head down. All right, last set is 8 and 7, 6 and 5. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful rest. Nice. And then draw your chin side to side. Roll through the back of your head. Deep breaths. Bring your legs back to tabletop position. Arms over the shin. You're going to inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you scoop and lift. You're going to start with the legs in a diagonal. So you're going to reach the arms up and over for 8. And then bring the band on your shin. Here's 7. Good. And 6. It's 5. Good. 4. And 3. Here's 2. And 1. Beautiful rest. Bring your feet down to the mat. Excellent work. We're going to go ahead and take and roll off to the side. Use your hands to push up. And let's move into some tabletop position. So starting out, we'll get your knees under your hips and your wrist under your shoulders. And take the knees wide. Your big toes are touching. And we're going to drop our hips to our heels. You can bring your forearms on the floor. Some of you may choose to fold the forearms and rest your forehead on the forearms. And then I want you to think about your spine. Maybe feeling that lengthening or expansion of the spine from your tailbone to the crown of your head. And at the same time, think about your sacrum, the back, the low back widening. So feeling the stretch from hip to hip. And feeling the rise and fall of the belly. And just taking one more full breath. We're going to lift our head and chest up. Bring your hands back out. And you're going to push up into your tabletop position. Guys. So let's take a deep inhale, reach up. And hands to your heart. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. You guys are awesome. And I just adore each and every one of you because you guys have a great day, and thumbs up on good Pilates work.